Investors participating in Petrotch, India's biggest oil and gas show, all turned salesmen and investment evangelists. Our economic policy editor Vivian Fernandez caught up with them at the event in Delhi, and here's his story.
It's the third day of Petrotch 2007, the granddaddy of oil and gas shows, and the highlight of the day was the address by Ali Al-Naimi, the Saudi oil minister. As the world's largest oil producer and exporter, Saudi Arabia, Ali Al-Naimi said, was interested not so much in high oil prices as in price stability and reliability of supplies. The high oil prices of the past 2 years, he said, was a result of inadequate investments that failed to address rising demand of the past 15 years. He said that an analysis showed that by 2030, despite new sources of energy, the energy mix would remain the same as now, with fossil fuels dominating. Saudi Arabia, Ali Al-Naimi said, was interested in ensuring prices that would assure decent returns to producers without hurting consumers and compelling them to look at other sources of energy, which is why Saudi Arabia has embarked on $80 billion of capital investments to increase production capacity to 12.5 million barrels per day over the next 3 years, doubling refining capacity to 6 million barrels per day over the next 5 years, maintaining 1.5 to 2 million barrels per day of spare capacity. He also assured India of stable supplies and called upon Indian firms to participate in engineering contracts in the kingdom.
Saudi Arabia has also expressed strong interest in various types of joint venture partnership with Indian companies, either in the kingdom or here in India. We invite Indian engineering and construction firms to bid on the many new projects available in the petroleum, natural gas, petrochemicals, and mineral sectors.
The Sri Lankan minister solicited Indian investments for oil exploration. He said the Gulf of Mannar has shown attractive promises of oil and gas, and he hoped that Indian exploration firms would take the lead set by Lanka Indian Oil Corporation, India's first joint venture for petro-product marketing over there.
The government of Sri Lanka is taking steps to hold an exploration licensing loan for the Mannar Basin within the next couple of months, in addition to the block offered to the government of India. The high potential for significant oil and gas deposit in Sri Lanka is welcome news for any cross-border investors.
The Yemeni minister, who has an Indian connection, he has studied in India for 5 years, said his country was yet to auction 35 oil blocks. In the past 3 rounds of auctions, Indian firms like GSPC and Reliance have participated. He said 2006 has been a great year for India-Yemen collaboration in oil and gas exploration. He said the 4th round of auctions would commence by middle of this year, and he hoped that Indian firms would participate in strength.
Yemen is planning to issue the 4th international bid round in the second half of 2007, mostly intended for promoting offshore blocks. And during our visit within the last 3 days, we have already received 5 commitments from Indian oil companies to participate on the 4th international bidding offshore in Yemen.
True to state ideology, the Venezuelan delegate made a strong socialist and anti-MNC pitch. He praised the participants of the new legal framework for exploration, and he said Venezuela was open to investment from national oil companies, including those from India.
We are very proud to open gates to international companies like ONGC and Indian Oil to participate with us in the development of our new reserves, in the huge reservoirs that we have in La Faja Petrolífera del Orinoco. And also, we are very happy that companies from India show us a tremendous interest to participate in our developments offshore.
The invitation for Indian investments also coincides with the sales pitch that India itself is making. In a fortnight from now, India will embark on the first set of discussions under the next round of auctions, the 6th in a series. And this oil and gas show is meant to tell the world that India is not so much under-endowed in hydrocarbons as underexplored.